What's the biggest surprise so far, team-wise? Do you have the Tigers at the top?
We knew that, the AL Central was going to be dicey, right? With the Royals, Tigers. You know the Guardians are going nowhere. I think the biggest surprise is the rough start the Orioles got off to, right? And can they right the ship in the American League? The Yankees have been phenomenal. With Gerrit Cole going down and Max Fried being absolutely dominant with Rodon, Devin Williams is starting to figure it out. Luke Weaver and Aaron Judge is Ted Williams wrapped in Tony Gwynn wrapped in Barry Bonds at his height. So, okay, I wanted to take stock. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up. Hopefully everybody has some nice weather, not like we've seen in half these highlights.
Not
right?
here. It won't be.
Robert, you man the grill? You a good grill guy?
I mean, it's going to be 35 degrees on Monday, I guess.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, I almost burnt my house down with
your
a grill,
vibe.
so I actually do not even own one.
No show on Monday, by the way.
No show on Monday.
No
Back
MLB
Monday night for a Tuesday day game on the couch. Okay, so James Broyd, Rich Savino said this is a great time to do an all-D-Row team Memorial Day weekend edition. So we dove in on the numbers. I think some of it's stock, but I might ruffle a few feathers with who I got in the starting lineup. So let's get it going, all right? Can we please? Cal Raleigh's behind the dish, people. I got to give this guy some massive love. He's got 16 home runs, a 579 slug, and a 171 rated runs created plus. He has been unbelievable. Freddie Freeman, what ankle? All he does is hit 368 with a 195 WRC plus in 39 games in 2025. He is fantastic. We all remember him in the postseason. Second base, Brendan Donovan. I read the article. I read it. Team USA. And he has been phenomenal. And he's a Swiss Army knife for them. 323 average, 22 RBIs in 48 games. At third base, Alex Bregman. Arguably the best free agent signing. He was perfect for the Boston Red Sox. He is not disappointed. Leads all third basemen in slug, WRC plus, Fangraphs WAR, ribbies. I'm going with Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop. I think you can make the argument for a couple other guys, but for me, tied for the league among shortstops in WAR, and he's hitting 305. He hasn't even gotten truly rolling. Hit streak. Left field, I'm putting Riley Green. This was interesting. James Wood is having a monster season. I just think first place team, middle of the order bat. He's the one constant for them. I want Riley Green in my lineup. Center field.
We love him.
We told you on opening day what was coming from Pete Crow Armstrong. Can he do this an entire season? The Cubbies are going to be in it in the NL Central till the end. Yeah, there's nothing he can't do on the field. And Jesus is playing right field for the New York Yankees. That's Aaron Judge. I mean, this guy is incredible. He's got a 396 batting average. He's got a 486 on base. I'm going to stick Shohei Ohtani. We haven't even discussed him that much. 17 jacks. He's my DH. Keep it rolling. Starting rotation. Oh, all right, we're going to go defensive alignment first. Put it up there. Do we have any reservations?
I didn't know Shohei had 17. Why? I'm not sure.
Exactly. We have any reservations anywhere?
You know, Brendan Donovan sticks out with, I mean, not that he doesn't deserve, but I just didn't have that on
He can play third. He can play the outfield. He can play second base. Yeah. He's a real American. No, I'm not kidding. Dive in. Father, military, means a lot to him. I got it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I think the guy for me that has kind of burst on the scene is two guys. Pete Crow Armstrong is seeing him in spring training at Sloan Park. We talked about it. When you watch a guy do his early work, I wanted to see the way the ball came off the bat, the freedom in the swing. I knew he could fly and play D. Then to interview him and spend some time with him, this guy has a desire to be great. He likes the big moment. Wrigley Field can get on top of you if you're not playing good. And he seems to have lit this team up. And Cal Raleigh's taking the next step. Huge extension, dominant, being asked to hit in the middle of their lineup. 16 homers.
Cardinals are going to be very interesting for the next couple of months.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, let's take a look at the pitching staff. This is where it got hairy. I'm going with Skubal, and you can't go wrong. I'm handing the ball to Tarek Skubal, game one for me. He has been dominant. He's punching tickets left and right for the Detroit Tigers. Let's look at his numbers right here. He's got 11.9 Ks per 9 this season. How about Zach Wheeler?
The best.
That's all. I mean, all he does with the extension. No one hits his heater. He's got the lowest ERA since the start of 2024, 2.59. Max Fried has been unhittable for the New York Yankees. Subway Series, wants the moment, shows up. He was throwing 98 miles an hour with variations of his heater. Huge breaking ball. I'm giving love to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He has been fantastic. From the first game in Japan, when he got on a bump against the Cubs, until recently, he has been win day for the Dodgers. And Diesel in, Diesel out.
Hunter Brown.
I don't buy into the clunker. He gave up a few cheapies in Steinbrenner Field against the Rays. He has been dominant in the American League since he's incorporated the two-seamer. So this is my starting five as of right now. You can make the argument for the Rodons of the world. There's a couple other guys in there as well. But it's Skubal, Wheeler, Fried, Yamamoto, Hunter Brown. And my closer right now is in Seattle. Andres Munoz has not given up a run.
He's got, is it 17 saves? Something ridiculous.
Who is the toughest to leave off? Top of mind.
You know what? If you're doing it just strictly based on numbers, there's a couple guys with the Washington Nationals that have an argument, and they're young. And C.J. Abrams is like fifth in slug. James Wood actually has better numbers across the board than Riley Green. I just felt like first place team, I wanted to give Riley some love. And then from a pitching standpoint, you can make the argument. Jacob deGrom could have been on there.
He could have. He's been excellent.
Back here on SportsCenter, Amina and Phil, how could you not be romantic about baseball, huh? Time for Kiss It Goodbye, best homers from Saturday. Ronald Acuna Jr., first pitch he saw Friday, returning from a lengthy injury, took 467 feet. This 427 away in his second game back. Acuna hammers that. Braves hammer the Padres 7-1.
How about the Cubs and the Reds going head-to-head? Ellie De La Cruz smashes this one right into the stands. That one's gone. He leads his team with 9 home runs this season. Reds take down the Cubs 6-4.
Jays and Rays, Vlad Guerrero Jr. inked a 14-year, $500 million extension in April. Vlad impales that changeup 423 feet away. He's got a 24-game on-base streak, but that was Toronto's only run. They lose 3-1 in Tampa.
That's a lot of M's. Phillies and A's tied at 3-3 at the top of the sixth. Kyle Schwarber launches this one right into deep right field. His 18th home run of the season, tied with Aaron Judge for the most in the MLB. The Phillies win their 9th straight game, beating the A's 9-6.
Tied with whom, Amina?
Aaron Judge.
You done messed up against Aaron.
Aaron!
Second game in a row, Judge has gone yard at Coors Field. The difference from Friday to Saturday, Yankees get a win here. Judge's 18th of the season. Yankees put it on the Rockies 13-1. But who isn't these days? No disrespect. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. We got a dandy. Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers against Juan Soto and the Mets. That's tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage starts 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown. Buster Olney will be on the call for Sunday Night Baseball. Buster, this NLCS rematch, joining us now from New York. Shohei slated to face hitters today, first time since his 2023 elbow surgery. At as great as he's been as a Dodger, 50-50, he's yet to pitch. How soon could we see him on the hill again?
Yeah, Phil, we're still a couple of months away from that happening in a major league game. Look, throwing to hitters in batting practice, that's like throwing BP early in spring training, and he's got to slowly build up his pitch count. And the Dodgers are hoping that he's going to be back sometime around the All-Star break. And look, they'll take any pitching help that they can get because the injuries and the use of the bullpen really have left their pitching staff in tatters. They lead the major leagues in relief innings. I think the dreams of them winning 120 games this year, those are gone. They're just going to try to put together the best possible pitching staff for down the stretch, and Ohtani could help them in August and September, October.
Very few tears are going to be shed for the Dodgers not getting to 120 wins. They're all-world hitter, also one of the best pitchers in the game. Buster, for the Mets, their big investment, their $700 million man, Juan Soto's been struggling. Before last night's 2-run double, he was hitting 119 with runners in scoring position. How's he handling all the New York noise?
Better. Look, I watched last night's game in the stands, and it's pretty clear that Soto's at a tipping point with some of the fans. When he was introduced before the game, there was a smattering of boos, and those continued when a fly ball fell in front of him early. when he hit a fly ball. He didn't run hard to first base, but then he had a single. He hit a 2-run double that gave the Mets the lead later in the game, and there were big cheers after the game. Carlos Mendoza, the Mets manager, talked about how hard they know Soto's working behind the scenes. He thinks it's inevitable that Soto's going to hit as we move forward. And look, that's all Mets fans want, is for him to succeed.
An NLCS rematch and a potential playoff preview tonight, Sunday Night Baseball. Buster, we appreciate the insight. Enjoy the game.